Hello everyone, I'm King Evolved and welcome to ARK Survive Evolved. And I have done the full Aberration, storyline. So let me tell you what it is. So what happened was, when Edmund Rockwell and, Helena, they ascended from ARK Scorched Earth, I was gonna say Aberration. They came to this place. They didn't have really anything powerful with them. They just had a rifle, like two rifles and stuff. So Edmund Rockwell and Helena, they started adventuring. They tried to find out where they were. They didn't really know what to call it, and I don't know why, but Edmund Rockwell, he called element Edmundian. However you pronounce it, it's Edmundian, something like that. I don't get it. He just decided to do it after himself. I'm just gonna say Rockwell and Helena. So what they done? They eventually find Mei Yin, which if you remember her from like the first ones, I'm sure you do. So they meet up with her. They bring them to a village, and Helena tells them about how villages were destroyed back on other places. And how they get destroyed and like cease to exist nearly. So this is what it came down to. In the first part, how I say Edmund Rockwell came there. Edmund Rockwell didn't destroy the Ark. It was already like that. Something like that. Something is probably just malfunctioning, but it wasn't because it was malfunctioning, but it wasn't because of Rockwell. So here's what I'm going to split this story in two. So this is where it comes down to Helena. I'll tell Helena's part first, which I read it the way I read it first. So she was with some other people. They got a group together, and they're going to go to the obelisk to try and hack into it because it was going to because it seemed like it was malfunctioning, which it was, and they figured out it was malfunctioning, and they were able to got themselves to a control room. If you want to read all this, just go to the wiki. Like, I read it all. It's just great. It's pretty good, I'll be honest. I was really intrigued with it. So they did that. They escaped, and then on their way back, they used a radio to call them and said, "Hey, we're coming back, and everyone's safe. The Ark isn't gonna explode or anything." So yeah. So then they get a call from them, and they're all screaming, they're yelling for help, and all they just hear Edmund Rockwell, and then it goes out. So they hurry back. They're going twice as fast as they were before. They were taking their time, now they're just running, you know. And when they get there, they see in the distance a giant weird creature, a giant monster, and for it to run away and then it goes away and goes down into the depths. They get there, just dead bodies everywhere. The whole village was just killed, and I can't remember who it was, but she died in in Mayon's arms, and told her the last things that monster was Edmund Rockwell. So a couple days later, Mayan is like really mad and stuff, and she decides to go hunt down Rockwell. And in a little bit later, like not too long, not a day or anything, just like probably a couple of minutes, Helena feels like it's all her fault, and she has to go see what's happening. So here's where I'm going to change this. I'll continue that part, but this is what I'm going to say. So in Rockwell's part, in his notes, he talks about being on the verge of becoming God, or something. This is while they're all gone, trying to save the village, save the Ark at least. So they're all trying to save them and stuff. So they're all trying to save them and stuff from getting destroyed, of course, and then all the people back at the village are just doing their normal things. Like, they are really advanced. They have, like, tech stuff and that. And Edmund stole some of the tech. stole some of the element more than he needed. He's like, oh, this and I'm just gonna say element because I can't pronounce it. All this element is gonna make me is more than enough to make me powerful, more than powerful and stuff. And he uses all, I don't know how he does or whatever, but he uses all and turns himself into the monster, and it does that. And then he goes to what Helena would say. So she finds them on the verge of fighting, and in all the wrath that and when Helena sees what he's become, she just pulls down on the trigger and tries to kill him. And in all of his wrath, that he creates a hole down really even deeper, and he gets knocked into it by May, and they think they killed him. He didn't, because that's why he's the final boss of the ARK Aberration, of course. So they do that. They think they killed him, and then Santiago was the guy that hacked into the terminal and stuff. They all decide that they're going to make a portal that'll bring them to Earth. Yes, this is confirmed now. You can look through the notes if you want to. But they're going to be brought to Earth. They would have it done in a 2 weeks process, and whatever. And Helena, she said she's just probably gonna have to leave them because she feels that's all her fault that Edmund did all that, and she already has enough on her shoulders because of that. So she just decides to not go for it at all. And when she packs her bag on the last day, and then she says her goodbyes to them, and Santiago understands her choice, but he doesn't want her to leave. And then Mei Yin just breaks down and just starts crying and won't let go, and says she has to stay. She's already lost enough people, and she decides to stay. And the next day they would leave. So that's the storyline of ARK Aberration. So once you ascend, you're exposed. In theory, you go to ARK Extinction, which they could change the name, but that's the confirmed one for now. That'll be the next one coming out in spring, which is probably going to be summer. Let's be real. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Drop a like, and I'll have a link to this, if I remember, to the Explorer notes, where you can read all of them if you want to get the full storyline. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Drop a like, and I'll see you all next one. Bye bye.